Interviews can be one of the most nerve-wracking parts of the job search process, and it's easy to feel like you're just guessing what the interviewer wants to hear. But what if you knew exactly what they were looking for? In this video, we will dive into common interview questions and uncover what interviewers really want to hear. To make it even more insightful, we'll share a story of someone who mastered the art of answering interview questions, which led to landing the job of their dreams. Let's dive into the story of Raj, who learned to answer common interview questions in a way that impressed every interviewer he met. The story of Raj, from nervous to confident in interviews. Raj was a software developer who had just finished his university degree. He was excited but nervous about finding his first full-time job. After a few weeks of applications, he finally landed an interview at a top tech company. This was his big chance. However, Raj was anxious about the interview process. He had heard many stories about tough questions, but he wasn't sure how to prepare for them. He feared he would give generic answers, or worse, say something that would make him look unqualified. The interview day. On the day of the interview, Raj walked into the office and was greeted by the interviewer with a firm handshake and a welcoming smile. However, as they sat down, the interviewer began asking the usual questions that every candidate faces. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Tell me about a time you faced a challenge at work and how you handled it. Raj was prepared to answer these questions, but instead of relying on memorized responses, he remembered one key piece of advice. Interviewers want to hear authentic, thoughtful answers that show your suitability for the role in the company. Mastering common interview questions. What Raj learned. Tell me about yourself, crafting your personal narrative. The first question every interviewee encounters is the infamous "tell me about yourself." It may seem simple, but it's often the toughest to answer. Interviewers want to hear more than just your resume. They want to know how you fit into their team and how your experiences align with the role. Raj's answer. Instead of listing his skills and education, Raj framed his answer as a story about how he grew passionate about software development. He spoke about his experiences working on projects in college and how those experiences led him to pursue the role he was interviewing for. Example interviewer. Tell me about yourself. Raj, I've always been fascinated by how technology solves real-world problems. In college, I worked on a project that developed an app to help people manage their schedules more effectively, and it sparked my interest in software development. Over the last few years, I've gained experience working with various programming languages, and I'm now looking for an opportunity where I can apply those skills to create impactful solutions for real users. By sharing his passion, relevant experiences, and future goals, Raj made his answer compelling and tailored to the job. Why do you want to work here? Show genuine interest. One of the most common interview questions is, why do you want to work here? This is a chance for you to demonstrate that you've done your research and that you genuinely want to be part of the company. Raj's answer. Raj had researched the company thoroughly and knew about their cutting-edge technology and commitment to innovation. He used this to craft a response that was aligned with his career goals. Example interviewer. Why do you want to work here? Raj, I've always admired how your company focuses on developing innovative solutions in the tech industry. I've followed your work on AI-driven software and how it has revolutionized the way people interact with technology. I believe my background in software development, combined with my passion for innovation, would allow me to contribute effectively to your team and grow with the company. By aligning his personal goals with the company's mission, Raj demonstrated that he wasn't just looking for any job, he was excited about this opportunity. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Be honest and strategic. This question is tricky because interviewers want to know both your strengths and how you handle weaknesses. It's important to focus on real strengths that are relevant to the role and turn weaknesses into learning opportunities. Raj's answer. Strength. Raj, one of my strengths is my ability to solve complex problems. In my previous internship, I worked on optimizing a website's performance by refactoring its code, which improved the load speed by 40%. I enjoyed diving deep into issues and finding creative solutions that make a difference. Weakness. Raj, as for a weakness, I used to struggle with delegation. Early in my career, I would try to take on too many tasks myself. However, I've worked on improving my delegation skills by learning to trust my teammates more and effectively communicate task priorities. I'm now more confident in my ability to delegate and collaborate with my team. By highlighting real strengths and demonstrating self-awareness in addressing weaknesses, Raj showed that he was both capable and willing to grow. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge at work and how you handled it. Use the STAR method. Behavioral questions often focus on challenges you've faced and how you handled them. Raj was well prepared to use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, to structure his answers. Raja's answer interviewer. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge at work and how you handled it. Raj. Situation. In my last internship, I was assigned to work on a software update for a major client. The project had a tight deadline, and we faced some issues with the code integration. Task. I was responsible for ensuring that all features were implemented correctly and met the client's requirements. Action. I collaborated with my teammates to troubleshoot the issues and worked overtime to meet the deadline. We also communicated openly with the client to manage expectations. Result. We successfully delivered the update on time, and the client was very happy with the improvements, which led to a long-term partnership with the company. By following the STAR method, Raj gave a clear, concise, and impactful answer that showed his problem-solving skills. The outcome. Raja's preparation and thoughtful responses paid off. A few days later, he received an offer from the company. His ability to answer common interview questions with authenticity, enthusiasm, and structure helped him stand out from other candidates. Key takeaways. When asked, "Tell me about yourself," craft a story that aligns with the job role and company. Research the company and align your responses with their values and goals. Be honest about your strengths and weaknesses, showing how you've worked to improve. Use the STAR method for behavioral questions to structure your responses clearly.